Buckle up. Thank you for listening to Musicians and Beyond, where we bring you the backstage info on the life, lyrics, long journeys of the music industry. Today's episode number 3 is brought to you in honor of the Matt Pescia Memorial Fund. Matt was a wonderful person and fantastic family man. He was a victim of the COVID-19 pandemic at the young age of 51. Check out www.mpmfcarshow.org to donate any amount possible and to find out about a fundraiser and car show in his honor. That's going to be July 17th in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. So welcome to episode 3. Today we have a very special guest who has been in the United States for about 7 years. He's originally from Quebec, Canada. He's been a professional musician for over 25 years. He's played thousands of shows worldwide, including one for the President of France. He also has opened up for the Eagles tribute band, the Dark Desert Eagles, which you may know the lead from that, Pat Badger from the band Extreme. So without further ado, I am going to introduce this amazing musician, energetic guy, and lots of fun to be around. Welcome, FrancioxSimard.
Hello there.
Hello,
Hi.
Francois.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Francois. Welcome to Musicians and Beyond with Lawhorn and Sarabian. We're so happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
So we have a couple of questions for you to start us off. You play a numerous amount of instruments. Can you just give us a quick rundown of what you do play?
I started it was probably 13 years old with the guitar. You want to please some girls and just like learning the instrument, and all the guys that I was playing in Quebec were playing like guitars and stuff. So I said, "Oh, why not?" My mom plays guitar since she was young too, so kind of influenced me to play this instrument. And if not during the shows, I do like harmonica. I play didgeridoo too. I play mandolina, percussion a little bit, but mostly this is it. And I'm a singer. The basic instrument that I play, it's the voice, Yeah.
Excellent. And you do have a nice voice, I got to tell you. It's perfect for this show and perfect for singing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun today, Francois.
That's a cool tone.
So you do some booking for other talents as well?
Pretty new, actually. What I started to do, my family started to invest some money with the Reds Group's Tavern. So they open, as probably people know around, there's one in Salem. That's more sandwich place. Another one on Newberry Street. There's in Peabody. And we opened the one in Seabrook during the pandemic last year. So my father-in-law got to be like an investor in that endeavor, and they wanted to turn that brand with musicians, with live music, and this is where I came in, kind of like in the story of it. So now we're booking I am booking eight show a week for those two places, Seabrook and Peabody. And eventually next year we just sign a new place in Hampton Beach. So we're gonna be on the beach having bands there too. So I'm gonna probably hand up with 15 shows and 15 acts or artists to book a week. So that will be year long. Still don't know about Hampton Beach, how this is going to work, if it's going to be winter as well, but probably weekends and something like that. So that keeps me busy with my own show. But I appreciate that it's really new, as I said, because I never did that. I booked myself a lot. I worked with some producers or a booking company in Montreal back there. But mostly that was me. I had my own music company too. So I was kind of operator of my own boat in many ways.
Nice. So you have a lot of booking to do. And if there are any musicians listening to Musicians and Beyond right now and they think that they are good enough to be on stage, how would they get in touch with you to book with you?
That's an easy way. You just do redsmusicmanagement@gmail.com. And you send me some links and your beautiful smile, and we checked you out, and a beautiful smile. That's what you need.
That it is.
Yeah. Excellent. I'm glad that I saw that I was on Drew Mulholland's show a couple of months ago, and I didn't know we were having that was a TV radio show. So I was that.
Well, we're not yet, but we're going to work on it.
But we're gonna, that's good. So I'm glad you can cut all the bad things.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the beauty of this.
That's the beauty of it.
So before we go any further, Reds, do you know anything about the story? I always wondered, who is Red?
Red, again, I'm here since a year and ish. I don't want to just
tell the wrong story.
But I know the Drivas family, but the Salem building and the let's say the history of it like a long time ago. I know it's like 35 years in Peabody, so it's kind of like they've been there forever.
Okay.
And with the continuity of my family being involved with that, I think it's such a great like mix because they get along super well. My father-in-law and John Drivas, but me in the mix, I think we do a really great team by building the one in Seabrook. And it's becoming like something really like unexpectedly like really good for me, but for them too. It's kind of like it wasn't planned at all. When you open a business like that during COVID, you need to be a little crazy, right?
You have to be.
You know what saved us? Live music. Nobody had live music anywhere. It's in New Hampshire. Laws were a little different than Massachusetts. Yeah. We opened that in the middle of the crisis, the world crisis, the biggest one since, is like 1918 or something like that. And we're still there. And we're opening another one. And the people that I realized that they're really loyal to the people that are standing straight for the real reasons. We opened that for, of course, it's a business, but also to give people a place where they can play and they can hang out, having what they love, which is live music. Who doesn't like music? I mean, they're not my friends. If they don't like music, they're not my friends. That's for sure.
Well, I am surely your friend, Francois.
Yeah, you, with your Taylor T-shirt, I'm sure that you are.
Yeah,
right
rock and roll, kid.
Rock and roll, baby.
One follow-up question to that.
Yeah, please.
You know, we learned something at the beginning of the show talking before we went on air, and we're not dropping names, and you're not dropping names, but you mentioned your father-in-law. I think the audience that we have here in Boston, a lot of hockey players, a lot of hockey fans. All my kids are hockey players. I know a lot of your family, and I know your father-in-law and all of his friends and teammates. So I think the audience would like to know, who is your father-in-law?
My father-in-law, it's Ray Bork.
You
the big right. 7-7.
The big 77.
And so how did you get to know the family? Was it here, or did you meet them up in Canada?
Actually, I'll do it short. My wife was on a road trip with her aunt and uncle on the south coast of Quebec, going like, New Brunswick, Gaspésie, and all that spot. And they were coming back by the North Shore the last day that they stopped by. I was, as I mentioned, like off air, I study wine, and I've been beverage manager like for a lot of years in my life, and I was playing at that place called Bootlegger. It's a speakeasy built by a guy from Pennsylvania during the Prohibition, where they were selling booze illegally, and the restaurant is in the attic. And you have the view on the beautiful UNESCO National Park. And I was bartending, and I was playing music, and I had a couple of hats. That's probably the reason why I like hats. I don't know. But it was a great spot for me to. This is where I met the girl, the one of the minister that brought me in France to play for the Prime Minister of France when I did that showcase for Sony, BMI, Universal, and whatever. And she tried to call before, and we're busy. We were open like, let's say 125 days a year. It's 30,000 people during those days. It's like 160, 170 people every night. And finally, we got a cancellation, and she came in. And
Fate had its way.
Man, it's just crazy. It's just like unexpected. A girl from Boston, and again, like, please don't throw any rocks. I'm not a sport guy at all. But I knew Ray Bork. It's like it's like you Guy Lafleur thing, just like he just passed away last week.
God rest his soul.
Also, but I knew my leads, the big guys, and I just sat at the table. They wanted like a bottle of wine, and the hunt wanted a Pinot Noir. The other one wanted a Sauvignon Blanc. So the waitress grabbed me saying like, yeah, they need help. So I sold the 2 bottles, and I brought some shots, and we danced at the end of the night. And here I am. I live in the U.S. It's been 7 years now. And I didn't have anything like, again, like I'm the kind of the, in a good way, the black sheep of the family.
I can see that. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why, but I can definitely see that.
Well, but it's just like, who doesn't like music? And Ray told me many times, said, not having that talent of playing hockey, my best thing that would have been like doing if I had the talent is being a musician. Again, everyone loves music, and I know an artist and stuff like that. It's just kind of hard and just like, but you need to do your thing, But artist, it's an amazing life if you work hard to do what you want to do, and like everything. But I feel hard. It's a kind of like the perception of it. People have always a different perception, but think it's a great thing. So, but we love each other.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah, that's the best part of it.
Absolutely.
And I'm well surrounded. Now I have beautiful girls and stuff, so life can change in a dime.
That's great. Does she know how lucky she is, Francois?
I think she does.
Yeah.
Because I tell her how lucky I am every day.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
do.
you do.
I do.
Not only are you a good musician, but you're a lot of fun to be around. We had met a couple weeks back through a mutual friend at a music venue, and we had a lot of fun into the night, actually into the early morning when the
Early morning.
manager nicely said, okay, I don't care that you are with the band Extreme or with the whole band The Darkness, including Justin Hawkins.
Yeah.
Could you please leave?
And we had to leave.
And that, just like that, it was
But
over.
Thank you in the same time, because I had a little bit of a headache the day after.
Sometimes you can appreciate that call.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, but good night.
What took you so
Hey,
long?
Good night. Exactly. Oh, that was a great night, though.
Yes, it was. It was amazing to hang out with The Darkness. I mean, a lot of people in the U.S. aren't familiar with who they are. They are like crazy, awesome musicians.
Yeah.
Justin was on The Masked Singer not too
sure.
long ago. And for those that don't know that show, he was the chameleon. And what a character he is. Reminds me a little bit of Gary Sharon.
Yeah.
Crazy on stage and just a true gentleman, have a one-on-one with them. So it was nice to spend time with them and get to meet them. And believe it or not, Justin reached out to me by text a couple days afterwards. But he's gonna be on this show, Musicians and Beyond. So I can't wait to
really?
get him on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Good for you.
that's
Good
cool.
for you. That's awesome.
That's cool. You know, we get some
we're
big
really
names
looking
on here.
forward to
We got
Compared to
Fran.
the stage, it was really quiet at the bar, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh my gosh! I mean, the stage. I was like, I was trying to just like imitating him, like he does like stuff with legs. He's a mix with like I don't know, like it's like Journey and Led Zeppelin,
Yeah, it's
the
quite
guy.
an interesting combo.
right? Something
it's quite
like
an
that.
interesting combo.
What a voice, though.
Crazy.
Who is your greatest influence?
I was just killed me. It's really hard, I always tell almost the same answer because I'm French Canadian. We are influenced by so much. Being like neighbor from the U.S., obviously all the music from the U.S. is a big influence, but also being French, I have all the French music, all the Italian music. 30% of the province is Irish or Scottish. So worldwide influence. As much as I mentioned like didgeridoo, I like really like roots, percussive like music or jazz, or I studied classical like singing in private for 6 years. I love Pavarotti. I love like Nessun Dorma. I have so many different influence from really well-known artists like Sting or Elton John, but also from guys from Australia like John Butler that I really love, or Xavier Rod. It's so eclectic, my music that I play, even in a set that I play, because now I do mostly cover because I'm also a songwriter like we talked before, but I haven't been writing any songs for so long, but I kind of like rediscovering who I am as a songwriter and musician, which is it's a good thing because it's a spiritual journey that you're doing. As an artist, you're giving something as an energy, as a gift to someone that can receive it. But the way you want to be perceived by others, it's really important. But it started inside of you. So all those influence that I had in my entire life are still here, and they're growing in different ways by aging, by getting wiser, or by changing a country. I changed my entire life, so my influence right now are still there that I had before, but now the one that I have now are stronger than ever because all the blues, all the rock and roll, everything is from the U.S. and I'm being surrounded by different musicians, different friends that I didn't have before. It plays a big role with who I am as a person also, but as a musician, obviously, it's like so intrinsically like together, like glued together.
That's an awesome answer, Francois. And you said you do songwriting and you've been away from it for a while. What took you from that? Why did you take a break in such a long period of time?
I haven't been surrounded by the right people to record those songs. I always write papers, ideas, stuff that I have. I have books and piece of papers, Post-it. Even now, it's just like crazy. My wife laughs at me. Some people will do books, but I have books. I have a mini studios on my cell phone. I have like a Post-it. I have like Post-it all together because that the Post-it 1, 2, 3, 4 for ideas. One day I might stick them together. I wrote like 4 songs like during like, I have a girl that's 2 years old, so I wrote a song for her. That's the last one I wrote. And it calls like Letter for You. But as a young artist, you want to throw things on a paper and please people. When you get older, you want to please yourself, but you also want to give purpose to what you're doing.
That is such an interesting perspective because we interviewed a friend of ours from Nashville the other day, and we asked him this question, and he went right down the same road you did, and he came back to the same thing you just did. As a young artist, he was looking to write that #1 song, looking to please the audience. Part of his career, he only wants to write for himself and make himself feel good about what he's putting on paper. That's so interesting.
I think your song will suffer if your soul and heart is not inside of it. Even if it's a hit song, why do you like a song? Why? People don't even know.
Right.
But if I ask you the reason why, you might know because you love music, or John as well. But there's a vibration that you create through a music that you transfer on the paper, on the microphone. Everything is picking up the vibe that you... That's why...
Here.
You probably listen like all those documentaries of music, and all the engineers are saying the same thing. I can tweak your voice, I can tweak your musicians, I can tweak the pace of it, the tempo, but I don't have a passion button. I don't have a love button. I cannot add anything. Even if you have a $5 million studio, you don't have that button on your mixer. It's you. That's why it goes what I said before. I'm working in the spiritual path of being that musician that I want to become. So the microphone will pick up the vibration that you will like, obviously, but I want you to like me for the right reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. You can, when someone sings, you can hear if they mean what they're singing or saying, or if they're just up there throwing words out because that's what they think people want to hear. But
why do you like Stephen Perry? He's a crazy voice. That's one thing. But the microphone is. Why do you like Queen? Freddie Mercury was Freddie Mercury. Nobody wants to replace Freddie Mercury. But why? There's a reason why. At a point, the guy was becoming the song, because it's like even if someone else wrote the song for you, it doesn't matter.
You have to personify it.
But you have to hone it. That's yours. That's what I do with all the covers that I do. People like laugh at me because they call me the Black Swan. I do a lot of things with the looping and the drum, and I transfer my guitar to a bass. And because my band, I used to play 150 shows a year. Now I'm alone. I'm starting to play with some friends. Eventually I want a band. I need a band. But I want to put my spices in my spaghetti sauce so it will taste like I want you to taste in the music that I play. It's important. You have to put your own thing in it. I hone that song because it's mine when I play it. Basically.
Love that answer.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
He's talking to my heart through food and through music.
With spaghetti sauce. I had everyone from spaghetti sauce. You got me.
And you talked a little bit about tequila earlier, I understand.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
Great.
Which is my go-to.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, my wife as well.
Did you learn that evening out with? Did you learn that about him, John?
No.
The evening you were out?
I don't know if we got to that. I think it was just by coincidence that all played out the way it was, and
Interesting.
yeah,
There's
it was.
no coincidence.
That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
That's another truth.
Everything happens for
Should
a
have
reason.
brought a drum. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
You did it well enough.
You did it well. I do my own soundtrack by myself.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I've seen some of your videos of you up there owning the stage, just killing it. Getting that crowd involved. I mean, just recently you played for the Dark Desert Eagles, and you rocked the house. I mean, just...
That was awesome. I've been high for a week and a half after that. Again, I used to play a lot more bigger show. With COVID, with 1 year when I landed here, like couldn't work, so was waiting for the USCIS paper, legalities and stuff. It's been like, let's say 4 years that I'm restarted an artist's life from scratch, but my entire life as well at the same time. I'm really happy of what's happening to me right now. It means a lot before.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you deserve it. Like you said, nothing's a coincidence. You've met some really big musicians, and they've really taken to you.
They've really been so good to me. And, I wish sometime that I'm not talking bad about Canada or Quebec, but sometime I wish that I could have been here 15 years ago, because again, universe is never late. Things are at the same at the right place where they're supposed to be. But the journey that I'm starting right now with the people that surrounding me, I see a bright future. I see a bright future for myself, and I'm proud of catching the balls that life are throwing at me. And I'm able, and I'm willing, and I'm trusting life and people around me. So I'm really happy about it. It's meaningful. Again, it needs to mean something, and when you're ready, the teacher appears, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm thinking it that way.
I mean, for the short time I've known you, I feel it. I mean, you just give off the aura. You have that U2 look. You got that fancy hat and these,
and a fantastic vibe.
And
just a really cool vibe.
High-priced shark skin suit over here.
That's Pat best one. He said, "Can I borrow that for a photo shoot?"
Right? No, I mean, you have a great vibe. You can tell that you mean what you say.
That's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you can do. And I'm not like throwing names, but Sting said something once. He hit me in the face like a baseball bat. He said, "You better be yourself because everything else is already taken."
Isn't that interesting?
That's an interesting comment.
And
sure.
People are afraid. That blows my mind away. And I did it a lot. When you don't dig into who you are, feeding it, and enriching the persona that you are and the soul that you are, people are running away from that by copying or trying to be someone else, something else in every like sphere of their life. And when you have, when you say like you have golden bars in front of you and you just have to just like bend the knee and pick it up, that's you. You are that golden bars. People are blinded by their own fears, and I don't blame them. We all do. It's meaningful because you decide to be meaningful, because you choose that path. It's like being happy. It's a choice, people are saying. But being alive like that and being really like responsible of what you do and feeding who you are. That's why there's people, they're bigger than life. If you ask the guy, like there's some people say, "Oh, they have a big nose. What would you do?" Say, "I would have a bigger nose because like that's my personality. This is who I am."
Yeah.
It's just like you just take everything in and make it yours. People are afraid of that, but you realize that like later maybe in life or earlier in life. But when you got this, don't let it go. This is where the freaking bank is. This is golden. This is who you are. So this is why people receive everything that you throw at them, because it's genuine. They don't feel that phony shit, around. No, but it's true. It's like, and when more you become that person, more you are that person, and more a lot of people like that they stick to you the same as you. They want that. You want to be real and genuine around. So you're surrounding yourself, or you don't even make any effort. It just stick to you like a magnet. It's amazing how we attract we are and what we are.
The more we speak to musicians and artists, the very same thing. Eric Haynes, our friend from Nashville, he spoke the same thing that you just did about the way it touches people, about its own language, and you have to be genuine. You have to feel it, and you have to own it, and it's exactly what Eric said. So the deeper you get into the industry, or you get into your craft, then I guess that you feel that more and more.
Totally. It's craft, you said it, the word, but craft, it's your own business. You are your own .com.
Yeah, true.
If it makes sense for the...
It does.
Internet
if it makes sense to me,
right
it's going to make sense to a lot more people. So.
But I didn't mean it that way. No,
Nope.
but it's just
I
like
did.
you are your own business. Just like take care of everything about who you are every day. Just like wake up. And there's a guy, Justin Peterson, like he's a crazy big like talker like in Quebec. I'm not in Quebec, in Canada more. He's from Toronto. I started to listen to this podcast. It's amazing how empowered you are after you realize what we talk about your own self.
Oh, absolutely.
Empowering yourself by grabbing the power that you have back. Who cares who you look, what you look like? Who cares what you do? You cannot please everyone. I didn't understand that before. How stupid it is. You cannot please everyone. You know why? Because you don't want to. Because you don't have to. Because the people, they don't like you because they do not resonate with the genuine person you are, or that vibration that you throw
You're
out
sending
there.
out.
You don't want them as a fan.
Right.
They're going to boo you on stage. You want the people, they come and cheer you on the stage, right? Let's say if we talk about music.
Energy to energy.
Energy and friendship is the same thing.
Yeah.
Business is the same thing. So if you treat everything that way, you'll be happier, I say.
Yeah.
That's why I'm working. I had a lot of shit that was going on, and I worked on it, and my music is just getting better because of that.
Good for you.
So you're doing music because you love it.
Yeah.
And
It's even stronger than that.
Yes, you feel it.
I
I mean,
have no
some people
choice.
want to be the quote unquote rock star.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like you do,
I
but
want to be it too, but that's not my engine. That's
But-
not what drives me.
If
but you
end up
want to
there.
do it. You want to do it because you're so passionate about it and you love it and you know that what you write or sing is making a difference to other people.
I've been told that. You know what? I'm on the other side of I'm not on the other side. I'm right there, but it's just like, when people are telling you things, sometimes you're just like, oh, thank you, but you don't know how deep it is. I wrote a song one day, and the girl said, my brother just like passed away, just like took his life, and she was like saying to me, I've been listening to your song over and over and over and over and over, and I was like probably 24 when she told me that. I didn't know what she meant. Today, I think I know better, but I still don't know how important it is for other people when they really love an artist. Why the Beatles were so crazy? Why Pink has so many people that following her? Because they are genuine again, and it means something for them.
Right. So I'm sure there's a song that you've heard that really touches you, and it sounds like the story you just told us, did the opposite. You were emanating a song that really touched someone, which as the artist, that must be pretty cool.
That was cool, but it comes with a weight, It comes with you need to be careful about that, because if you have that power in hands, that's why you need to be really genuine and true,
Right.
and real, because you can change people's life, of course, but you want to change them for the good,
Otherwise, you're giving out disinformation, right?
You want to share something. When they talk about, sometimes it was like almost a religious show or a concert. Why? Because people are so intrinsically close together that it becomes almost a shamanic experience. It's kind of like having like a tribe of Aboriginal people on a trip or something like that, or like this is what music do. It's a vibration. So that's what I want to do. I want to give people something that I am for real, so they can connect for the real reason as well. That's why I don't want to have everyone. I just want to have the real ones, or the good ones for me, not the real ones. Everyone is real if they want to be real. But the real fans, I want them. That's why I'm working on this every day, being nice, being genuine, being who I am, telling the truth. My words are gold, so I'm trying to tell the right thing, not being rude with anybody, just kind of simple rules, but that brings you like far. That goes like a long way.
Yeah, it really does.
Do I talk too much?
No,
Not at all.
we love you talking.
The reason I ask the questions the way I do,
Yeah.
and because they lead you down this road, and you go off on tangents, and that's what we want. We want you to answer the question, but it brings you to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So these are just points that we found that when people answer, they tend to come out and talk a
Doors.
little bit more about what it really means to them, and that's the best in the world.
And that's what I like also about talking that way, because I imagine the way that things gonna develop or how it's gonna be. What I told today, I said, be yourself,
Yeah.
Because I get nervous like hell before shows and stuff like that. Less than before, but sometimes just like.
Talking with you, I can start to understand why you like the didgeridoo. It's one of those vibratory instruments, right? It sends something to you. When that's played, you feel it, right? It's a
First
very
instrument.
percussive bass type, right?
It's one of the first instruments in the world.
Right. So that tells you something about it, right? And it tells us something about you and why you like it and why you enjoy it. Yeah. So when we talk about instruments, tell me about a lyric that might have touched you. What is there a special lyric that you've sung on stage or written that you've taken to a different, or takes you to a different place?
It's so hard.
It is.
I know why it's so hard. It's just asking me, what's your favorite artist? My favorite artist. My lyrics. There's so many.
FrancioxSimard.
That's
my answer now.
I have a tattoo right here on my shoulder that it's a song that I wrote. It says like I'll say it in French. I'll tell you the example, like how to translate it in English. It says, en pleine odeur de fin du monde, c'est bien le temps qui fait le monde. It's like, even if it's war, even if it's falling, everything is falling apart, or the sky is falling on your bombs from the sky, this is what builds you. This is what makes who you are through, I don't want to say pain but it's more like through things that happen to you. It's like, do you go through time or time go through you? It's what you do with what you have, you know, and all the experience that are coming through your life that builds you. It's like we don't make mistakes. Mistakes are making you at the same time, you know. That's a quote a song that I was on radio in Canada long time ago. Yeah, but there's so many different. That's why also I stopped writing songs. There's so many good writers.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they're saying stuff through their words that I have trouble to even imagine myself, but they're expressing exactly what I think better than I do. So why would I bother?
Right.
This is why.
Interesting.
Well, what's pretty interesting is, like Mark said, he referred to our friend Eric Haynes. Eric kind of touched on the same thing. And he said something to the effect that you don't have to be the best songwriter in the world. He said you have to be believable. When you get up on stage and you're singing to the crowd, you could be the best songwriter in the world and just kind of deliver it to them. Or you could be a mediocre plus songwriter and really make them believe it. And you're going to touch them a little bit more than the other.
Tom Petty, Neil Young, not big singers. But when they were singing, Bob Dylan, same thing. How can you not believe a guy with like a white paint on his face? They did like I don't know many hundreds shows and stuff, but I'm not a big fan. But I cannot walk away from that truth of that guy. They believed it so much. You get crazy. Yeah, the truth is crazy. Sometimes you cannot run from that. You need to use that bag of energy. You need to dig in it. You have to tap into it, you know? And it gets like crazy, like Elton John costume with their Donald Duck. But it's creativity. You cannot walk away from that. If you don't believe the guy that goes on stage, there's 50,000 people costume with the Donald Duck or with like the feathers and all that stuff, it's because there's something missing. The thing right now, I would say with the music industry, it's like aseptize. Fit in a box, and if you don't fit in the box, unfortunately, you don't fit. But it's less and less true, because like with all like media, social media, and all the technology that we have, there's two sides to a medal. But I feel that just like what I think that's the most crazy part is like there's so many talented artists out there. Way better than what we hear on the radio. Way better. Like stratosphere, way better. That you have a feeling, you hear the music, and you feel something. Not only on a beat and some lyrics, napkin songs, I call them, It's fine if you want to dance and stuff, but if, again, you want to go to the purpose of a song, it's something that's meaningful to you and a billion people, I'm sorry, you need to work a little harder than that.
Here.
Hallelujah. But this is it. This is it. It needs to. That's why I love the 70s so much, because they were like a multitude of a palette of color, of music, of creativity. Now they killed the creativity with a box. Have you tried to feel like to fit a rectangle in a triangle? It's freaking hard because it doesn't belong together. Don't try to box musicians. This is where they do not belong. Musicians or artists are free when you let them be. So let the music be what it should be for people, because you have more choices. Because if you have only 2 chocolate bars in this convenience store, you won't bother. You will just grab the one you see, that's okay. That's exactly the public right now. They think they have multiple choice, but they don't have that much choice at the end, I feel like. And if you have like a 12,000 different chocolate bar, you have a lot of choice, so you can pick. So it means more variety for the musicians, more people on stage, more people in your ear, more vibration and more stuff. It's kind of like too much of a control thing. If you don't fit, musicians mostly don't fit, but they try to fit them anyways in your ear, so you're stuck with that. So you keep learning. It's like almost a kind of manipulation, audio manipulation. But music, this is not what it's all about. There's no manipulation about music. Music should be and has to be free to live, to be. That's my point of view. It's really a really deep point of view, but it's a humane point of view of what music should be.
I think
all of us as a listener, but as a musicians too.
Absolutely, and I think the industry will have to learn that it has to be cyclical and come back around to where, at some point, the labels and all the studio producers and executives are going to have to come around and realize we have to change this. We have to get outside of this box and get back to what we're supposed to be doing.
But they're getting pushed in the butt right now because there's a lot of people, they're getting independent and so many things are happening that they have no control on right now. So, ciao bello.
Yep.
You know, it's just like
I love that. If you eat French fries, do you like ketchup or mayo?
both.
I love it.
Oh,
That's the first time anyone's
And
answered.
first, like, it's French fries. I always laugh because they call it French fries. In Quebec or France, they call it frites, you know?
Frites.
French fries, but you know the French fries are from Belgium. So as well, but people look at me sometime here with ketchup, it works. But when I ask, like, can I have some mayo in my French fries? A lot of people are just like, oh, he's probably not from here.
Definitely.
You're either from somewhere else or Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Or Pennsylvania. I love it.
And I can't help myself but saying, eh?
Hey, that's the we don't say what, we say, huh?
Eh?
Yeah. That's kind of Cajun. Where Quebec has a big like Cajun like kind of roots because of like obviously New Orleans people like closer from us, but that's an interesting not dialect but accent that we have.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I miss it. I miss to laugh in French because I haven't been home for 3 years, 3 years and a half.
What does a French laugh sound like?
If you knew all my crazy friends in Quebec, you would know, like right away. We get like so crazy. I don't know. There's an ease of life and a joie de vivre in Quebec that with my friends, they're all crazy or musicians or really like interactive, like socially fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, talking your own language, your own culture with the friends that you know for 20 years. It's like, and I love the people like I'm like you that we met or Mark now, but it's just like I have good friends for a long time. Some
Great.
friends I have like them since like 30 years. And they know me since forever. So when we get together, we don't talk. We just laugh because we just like have so many insight and stuff to talk about. And I miss laughing in French. I can't wait to go back home though.
I understand that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So talking about going at home and being on the road and being in different places, do you have a favorite venue that you like to play?
The Blue Ocean, it's a great spot. The North Shore Theater is great too. I really enjoyed that night. That was needed. You know, after COVID and everything, I jump on stage and the big stage where 1,000 people and people cheering in that place was really great, actually.
It's a very communal spot.
Yeah. You feel like everyone is sitting on stage almost because it's, you know, they're almost
Very intimate.
surrounding you. But, you know, again, I don't have like a lot of places, big stages. But, you know, I play at Reds a lot. I played like for the Sea Levels. I played like, oh my gosh, there's so many places, Brody's, like around like the Stonehenge. It was a great place to play. But yeah, my goal is to get on bigger stage, like opening hacks a lot more, you know, before I get like into band or maybe festival and stuff. That's my goal. Yeah, maybe getting like more on good festivals.
So I was going to ask it that you kind of went to that direction and then you took it exactly where my next question was. Yeah. You're a performer on stage. Who's behind you?
For now, there's nobody because I'm solo. But I kind of like COVID brought everybody and me at the same time to reconsider and reorganize your life or the things that we're doing, you will do it differently. So now I started by Ed Sheeran. I saw Sheeran a couple of years at the Garden. So it was just like blown away by 12,000 people yelling at a guy with a guitar, with a looping machine.
Right.
And a tech changing guitar. I was like, that's crazy. And I do I do it my way, but I really loop my stuff right now. I have a pedal. I have a pedal, like that drum pedal, like an octaver. I changed my acoustic guitar to an electric guitar. So everything kind of like, I developed a new style, kind of like the Phoenix. I just like rebirth from my ashes after all that. So that's what I do right now. So with the vocal and stuff. But again, I wish that I can have like venues that also can afford bands at a price, like a decent price too. I mean, this is another thing I want to say, like pay your musician guys. Please give them a little more money, something, because like playing $450, it's okay, but it doesn't bring a lot of food on the table, you know, or just like, you know, and they're worth it. It's not a show that you play for 2 hours and a half. It's a show that you've been playing for 20 years learning your craft, you know? You don't ask your lawyer, did you learn like your song yesterday? The lawyer have been to school. They spend $200,000, and now they're defending you in court. Nobody asks that, but the musicians like, you'll see the. But yeah, it's something that
you hear it every night in every local bar where a musician's up on stage, either on a stool or in front of a band, and someone in the band will always say, "Tip your servers, tip your bartenders."
Yeah,
it comes from the band. Someone needs to say it back. Go up there, throw something in the bucket for the band, take care of the band, help them make their way through the journey.
Yeah, and I'm trying to pay the musician like the best we can with the budget. I understand everyone has a budget, but you know what? It's just like if you pay them a little bit more sometime, you know what? They'll play better.
We all know people that own these venues. They're making a lot of money. The servers, their waitresses, and their staff are struggling along with the artists. Give a little bit back.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. It's important. We're there for playing music to please people, and people love it. So that's why we kept us alive in Seabrook. Live music. It's not only small venue. It's before Aerosmith goes to their tours, it's like, how much it costs to go for a tour for Aerosmith? They're paying a lot of money too to get, they'll make a lot of money, but how much it costs to get where they are. They're going to make money for the last 3, 4, 5 shows at the end, maybe on 15, It's a lot. It's crazy. It costs a lot of money.
If you could be on stage with anybody, who would you like to perform with?
Me, guys.
I love putting you in this, painting in the corner.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. It's just like it's not like I feel. Since I'm here, there's something's gonna happen with Steven Tyler. I have no idea why, and I'm really throwing this like. Before I met Pat, I was playing on Plum Island for the Plum Island Festival, and my friend just threw me saying hey, there's a guy that I want you to meet. How are the odds I can plan something like that? It just happened. So you can put things in the air, in the universe, and this is not yours to plan how it's going to work. But, I mean, there's something that I would like to do, or whatever.
Yeah, I can see you up there doing that, kid.
Don't be nice, But, something like that. Or Sting, that'll be amazing. Or Bono, obviously. But just, again, there's so many great, crazy. Elton John will be out of this world, Just playing a song. Or even Pink. I watched that documentary about Pink, probably 5 times. Or the 20 Feet from Stardom for the backup singers. Have you seen that? Probably the same thing. Lisa Fisher.
Yes.
What a singer. I mean, if she listened to that, can we sing a song together? I mean, she is something else. I've been crying just watching her sing. It goes back to she believes in it so much. It's undeniable. This is what it is. When you suck the air out of a room by playing super soft in a crowd of, let's say even if you have 100 people or 5,000 or 50,000, when you suck the air out of a room and people are listening, because you can't force it. When it just happened because of you, I'm on my knees.
Lisa Fisher, if you're listening, FrancioxSimard, ready to play, ready to sing.
And I love her.
A big fan.
She's a big, crazy human being. She's been touring for the Rolling Stones for 15, 20 years.
Incredible.
That's crazy.
That's a great ride.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
I would ride that boat too.
The Steven Tyler thing might not be too far off either.
I don't know. I'm going to the show at September 8th.
I will be there with you,
be
kid.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what is your next show?
I have a show in Seabrook this Friday, 8 o'clock, in Reds in Seabrook. I'm going to play around a lot, this summer. I have a lot of crazy, summer come in with a lot of private shows. I'm going to be at a Shark in the Park, too, in New Hampshire in July, if I remember well. And a lot of good stuff, fun stuff. So, and I took for the first time in my life, probably July and the beginning of August, off with my girls and just going chilling around a little bit and stuff.
Fantastic.
Never did that in my entire life. Musicians are playing during the high times of the year, and I got that opportunity to just take some weeks and doing some boating around Plum Island and stuff like that. That's going to be awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I understand you do a lot of weddings and you do restaurants and open up for some pretty big bands and so forth. So, consider FrancioxSimard for any of the venues that you have up and coming.
Yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely. Thank you.
Before we wrap this up, Francois, do you want to give us a little showing of your voice and see what you got? Just give us a little sample.
When I love, where would here now.
Wowzer.
Francois, you are one cool dude.
That was awesome.
No warm up. No warm up.
No,
Someone's
that-
looking by the window saying, what the heck
That's
is
our friend
happening?
Ron Cox saying hello.
What the hell's going on in that room?
Yeah, people who can join, you can check on my Facebook page, Instagram, like FrancioxSimard.com for the website, or Francois Hart is singer, performer. So I'm all over. So please come and see me play, and hope to see you guys around.
That's awesome. We had a great time today. Thank you very much. Again, we want you to support the Matt Hessia Memorial Fund. So go to www.mpmfcarshow.org and send a donation that will help the family out for all they're going through. FrancioxSimard.
Francois, let me just, before we walk out, on behalf of musicians and beyond, Lawhorn and Sarabian, I usually say thank you for coming in and having a conversation with us. Thank you for coming in and talking with us. And I end it with a little note, but thank you for coming in and letting us feel your vibe. The conversation is great, but there's a genuine feeling here. I also want to say thank you for being our friend.
Thank you. Thank you for receiving it and having me. I mean, it goes in both ways.
Thank you so much, and best of luck in the future, my friend.